Boneface, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, nothing much, man. Fucking couldn't quite hear what you guys were watching, but I can hear you guys, so that's
Yeah, no big deal there. So tell us about the trial on Saturday. We watched some of that. What were your thoughts on that? The Blood Tribe trial. He cut out. You there?
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on all that?
On what?
On like the trial of Boneface or whatever this past Saturday.
Oh, I mean, okay, like dude, I sat through the first one and I aced it. I feel like I did anyway, with the exception of me looking like an asshole when it came to talking to James's wife, which I owe them an apology for that. But dude, like it seems like every time I would go on there or every time we go handle all these accusations, I'd always beat the fucking shit out of it. Turn around and be off the line, and next thing you know, motherfuckers start talking shit right back again. Like it became an unsolvable, unbeatable thing, and I was tired of answering all the same questions over and over again. I'm tired of fucking like presenting my evidence and them never presenting my evidence once I present it. All right, like all right, cool. So that's the way it's gonna be. Like second day of this trial, fuck it, dude. I'm not doing it. Like why? How does a bunch of fucking goddamn Americans who have never been over there gonna try to tell me that I've never been over there?
Yeah, well, that's kind of my thoughts. And I saw you post your military papers or whatever.
Those aren't real. Yeah.
Those are fake.
But
Yeah.
see, but let me tell you this, absolutely. But let me tell you why I did that, okay? Because I told them I have my discharge papers. There's two guys that was willing to list me my discharge papers, plus a Ukrainian to verify them, okay?
Right.
So I sent those out first. One other guy knew what I was doing because I wanted to see what would happen with these papers. Immediately, they got thrown all over the internet before the Ukrainian guy could even verify them or disverify them. All right. So no, I'm not letting you see my shit. I mean, I'm going to show the people at the Cube my fucking, shit like that later on tonight, whatever the fuck. But for them to go off and do that, like, dude, to me, you're gonna act cool, you're gonna act cordial, you're gonna act like we're just gonna work our way through this, whatever the fuck. I have other people coming back to me and telling me how this thing's is a setup from the very start, and that these guys don't really have my back, and so on and so forth. Okay, cool. I'm gonna listen to that, right? So taking everything into consideration, that's why I went ahead and did what I did. Now the ID is real. The ticket is not real, but it's really pretty much look at it this way, man. This was a setup in order for them to use my face to get them fucking views, to get them acknowledgments, and all that so forth. And at the same time, discredit me. It was killing two birds with one stone. So the whole purpose of me not doing the shit with them, I'm just gonna sit back and probably get twice as many more people
Probably.
on the Cube. Yeah, when I blink exactly. And dude, I'm about to rise the fuck back up. So fuck them. Edo Boneface Suka. And they can all eat a fucking dick. And I said what I said. You guys want it, they can come get it.
Now, I think you said it pretty well there. I mean, you're more known than Blood Tribe by far, especially at this point. So I definitely don't think you need
That part.
them. Yeah, and I was saying that on Saturday. I was like, who are these clowns talking? Of course, I'm sure you like some of those guys, but like, it was kind of,
Dude,
yeah.
Chris was an awesome dude, bro. So was Cracker. I love both of them to death. And Cracker, bro, I'll still say Cracker is an honest dude. Without a shadow of a doubt. I would still say Cracker is an honest guy. I will still say Cracker is a good guy. I will not denounce that dude. But for them to go back and not them, for one of them to go back and post my paperwork and post my paperwork, but my fucking military ID stuff around like that, my bro. That's why I don't show people.
Oh, you cut out for a sec. All right, hold on. We'll try to get him back on.
Yeah, his Wi-Fi's a little
Yeah.
from time to time.
Yeah, I think it was just the Wi-Fi or the signal or something. But we'll have a holding pattern here for a second. Boneface on the line with us. Grossly's here with us as well. Powerchat.live/the Ralph Retort. All those options there as well. We are 72% of the way there on the 6th-hour Transformer Fund with a couple hours left to hit it. So we'll see if we hit it, and we'll check out what all is going on tonight. I guess that'll be around 8 if we don't hit it, and if not, we'll go till 10. Are you there, Boneface?
I'm here. I'm here.
All right, now go ahead, and I'm going to let Grossly ask you a couple questions. I'm going to step off for a second. Can you ask him a few things, Grossly?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Okay, cool. All right.
No problem. So this trial really, it sounds like it was just a setup. 'Cause, sounds like they were ready to throw you under the bus before they even started.
Here's my big ordeal, man. Right, and I'm gonna write this to you here, Grossly. Okay, I'm gonna send you this picture right here, so I don't have to retype it out here for the public to see, because a lot of this goes into the big ordeal in which. Okay, so we all know about Loomer and the FBI and her fucking getting what's his face from the fucking U.S. military involved in my shit. What was the general that commented on Loomer's shit, man? Do you know, Ralph? Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay. Yeah, there's some U.S. general guy who got all fucking amazed by Laura Loomer's little report of her grand finding of this CIA-backed Nazi plot. And, dude, So at my arraignment, I had a couple feds waiting for me. So that was amazing. My 6th arraignment in a row, because this case does not go anywhere, apparently. So when it comes down to it, bro, like, okay, between feds wanting to know about me in Ukraine, between people now wanting me to show proof I was in Ukraine, like, bro, like, if y'all two going to have a common objective, I'm just going to consider you guys a common person.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of people posting that the arrest video. I remember you sent it me ages ago. You were posting it, and they were like, "Oh, at the end they said the FBI wants to speak."
Well, yeah, of course they did.
I don't know what that even. Yeah, what does that even prove?
Yeah. Like, Border Patrol is pissed. Yeah, remember, the United States ain't Europe, man. We can't just walk. It's not like we have what are those nations called in Europe, man? We can pretty much travel freely from one nation to another. I mean, you're supposed to obviously have your passport and shit like that, but like the fucking travel, it's like traveling restrictions are less strict. What the fuck is a goddamn word for it? Anyway, America gets pissed off when people who they assume don't have passports and leave. That's what America does. America doesn't like us coming back. America doesn't like us going out. That's how the United States is. So yeah, I mean, naturally, of course, the FBI and Border Patrol wanted to talk to me. Of course they did.
Yeah, why wouldn't they? You just come back from a war zone that people weren't really supposed to be going to in the first place. Like,
right.
I don't know how it proves anything.
And then, like, the next time I left, there wasn't any, Ukraine didn't have any visa restrictions at that point. It's like, wait, I can just go? Fuck yeah, I would have had a passport. Bye.
Well, people don't understand. Sorry, I've got a few chips in my mouth. Sorry. They don't. First off, you can get a passport with a criminal history. Second off, they don't take your passport away, ever. And like, there's like certain acts of Congress, I think, or like maybe terrorism. I don't even think then though.
Yeah, the police took mine from me and told me I'm about to be able to get it back.
But they took it away from you, but they don't. But it's still good if you were to somehow get it back. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
or
good
just go to the place to get a copy.
Yeah.
Right.
As long as it's still good on the date. I was about to hold that up. I better not do that. But as long as it's still good on the as long as it's still good on the date, it doesn't matter. And when you get it renewed, it's good for another 10 years. And you can get it renewed in a foreign country too. I don't know if people know that or not, but I do. And it's good for another 10 years, and they don't take it away from you. Now, what can happen is they can stop you from renewing it. So there's certain provisions. If you owe this here or that there, they might stop you from renewing it, but they still don't. The passport you still have is still good until it's not good anymore, in terms of expiration date. So that's a little wrinkle there. They don't revoke passports. They might take it away from you physically, like in your case, but it's not pulled from the State Department or anything. And there's nothing.
Yeah, it's still legally good and holding. It's just cops are dicks and they want to take your shit, then you have to just go through a whole like 7-week process of trying to get a copy of one back. But like, it's to me, I mean, dude, yeah, I mean, after I came back a second time, dude, fuck going back. Really, I mean, now I kind of want to, but I mean, now also to the same extent, like I was told not to.
Well, that's probably a good idea to follow that one, but So North in chat says sounds like a big deal in the U.S. to have a passport. Well, kind of. Most people don't have a passport. I would say.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I would have to look at the stats, but most people I know don't have one. Now I had one from way back when my first wife lived in England, and that's when I first got it. But yeah, most people don't have one here, and it kind of is a process to get one. You have to send the State Department your birth certificate, at least to get your first one. And you have to send them something else, and they keep your birth certificate. You have to, which is very important document, and they send it back to you though, and in an envelope. But you have to send in your birth certificate and do all this shit, and go to the post office and get pictures made and do all that stuff. And yeah, it is kind of a process where in other countries it's not as big. I don't think it's as hard to get something like that. And most people have one, but. Here it's not like that. Well, I'm in Mexico, but in the United States now, if you get it renewed in Mexico, you can just go to the consulate and pay the fee, and you don't have to show the birth certificate, even though I have mine. But you don't have to show all that stuff again. You just go to the consulate and get your new one. You have to get a new photo and stuff like that, but you can actually get it as an expat overseas too. So. Now let's see. So what do you got planned in the going forward? I know that Loomer. I don't know if is she still talking about you. Like what's going on with the national media stuff?
Well, I mean, dude, like I've never really spoken up about the whole Loomer thing, dude. I just kind of let that be. She had some United States general guy kind of freak out about this whole ordeal, so I just kind of like sat back on that. I went to court, had an arraignment one day. And, the FBI was waiting for me there at my arraignment. Loomer's kind of a fucked up one, bro. I don't really want to get tied up with that. Yeah. Now, as far as this whole Boneface thing goes, I mean, dude, the reason I didn't continuously have the second trial with Hammer and all them is because I just want to make a point. I'm going to have another one. I'm going to have it probably with the guys from the Cube or something like that, probably with Lewis. But I'm only doing that at that point in time to... really just to get the media aspect out of it, like they were trying to do with me, but only be more blunt and honest about it. You know what I mean? Like it's going to have more people involved. You know what I mean? It's going to have more views. And I feel like that's what they're trying to do. So.
Yeah, I think so.
There's the publicity front.
Well, I hadn't heard anybody questioning your story until she started that and, tried to blow it up. Like Gross was saying earlier, he was just kind of laughing at all this. Goofy shit because he knows it's true, right? And I didn't have any of this out there until she started up, and she did the big circus that she likes to do. So I was just seeing how it was going on that front, but Loomer's kind of a pesky bitch, to be honest, though, and she can raise enough hell that people come and fuck with you, or people are looking into shit. And I was more worried about your case. That they might try to give you more time. That's what she's trying to do, in my opinion. Get you more time on your case. And why isn't this guy locked up? And all this.
She said that, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Didn't she say that? Like, I don't want him in prison for what he says. I want him in prison for what he does. Because he's bullying me. Oh, shut up, loser.
Yeah, that's literally what she said. Yeah, kind of revealing her own goal there. It's like, okay, bitch, you know what? It's bad enough you're putting out all this bullshit, and whether you believe Boneface or not, which I do, but there's some fake, just clearly fake shit that she put out there as like Loomer exclusive, and look, this proves it, and we know for a fact that shit ain't real, and she still won't admit that. And so,
oh, dude, his is crazy, bro. It's like some of the photos she had used were some of the photos that I was just like, oh yeah, those aren't real.
Yeah, that's what.
And she's like. Then she comes out like, oh, I have a friend who's like, the forensic guy. And he, without a shadow of a doubt, proves that the photos are authentic. And I'm just kind of like, what? You know what I mean?
I think she was posting like shit posts as proof. Like, I swear there was one picture I saw. I was like, I remember that was like a shit post someone made where they edited you into a photo, but it was like, it was known. It was like a very known. Edited.
Yeah, well, dude, here's the thing is exactly, dude, that's the thing I've been trying to get across to most of these people is that like one, I don't make any of these photos myself, bro. People make them, and they're just I find them. I don't know if trolls make them, pro Bonefaces. I found most of them off of a website called DeviantArt to begin with, and yeah. So I was just kind of like, like wow, holy fuck, people actually like make proposals to me like this. This is pretty cool. So I would like keep them, and I would troll like the pro Russian groups with some of them, so on and so forth. Now all these photos and all their originals were exposed the same day.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
All 6 of them.
Yeah.
So that's suspicious by itself.
Oh, she's a suspicious motherfucker. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, she is. I know one of my photos were doctored after the fact, and people were trying to say it was a fraud. But I know tonight I will expose that one. It's all bullshit.
You got any follow-ups there, Grossly? I'm gonna try to think of a question too.
So one of the ones I seen is they like try to say that you like had doctored Azov patches on the uniforms and stuff. It just seems like they're going for the slightest little thing that really is like very disapprovable. I think a lot of this would be cleared up if that old YouTube channel was still there. Unfortunately, that's gone. But for someone like me who literally watched it unfold in real time, it's sort of like just laughable that the idea you didn't go. Like I watched you in there. I watched you there every day. I would wait for a new Boneface video to pop up. So,
Yeah. I mean, dude, this is the thing, bro. Is anybody who followed me during that time would know that the aspect of me faking this is absolutely insane.
Yeah, 100%.
And most of these guys are new to Boneface, or new to. I mean, I've only been really privy for a very short period of time, and this is a new thing to me. And I knew eventually that, well, not eventually. I knew from the very beginning that even coming out with my story and things like that, bro, that I was going to have naysayers. I knew this as it enveloped. I knew this as life just went along and pulled me with it. But like, dude, to go back and try to just say, "Oh, it's all fake," with little to no proof. I mean, because look, everything, bro, I've admitted to like all the like this stuff's being fake, and I've even told Cracker why I put out the fake documents. All that shit, bro. Like, dude, nothing's hidden. Nothing. Like this whole, I think the whole thing's a bunch of kangaroo bullshit, bro. And like the 2 dudes who I was gonna have a guy come be witnesses for me were like, dude, wait, hold on, this isn't a real criminal proceeding. What the fuck are you even doing? Like they're calling you LARPers, bro. You're literally LARPing as court officials right now.
Yeah, there is a little bit of hypocrisy there, I'll say.
Yeah, dude. So, bro, like, dude, okay, Ralph, I'm gonna send you the email that Azov sent me.
Sure.
Which is ironic because they emailed me. It took them 4 months to email me back, but they ironically emailed me back the other day, which I also find likewise is suspicious. And I think all this has to come from the Loomer thing, personally.
That's what I think too. But yeah, if you have that, send it to me.
Absolutely, I'm sending it to you right now.
I just got a message. I want to see Boneface fistfight Loomer sanctioned fight. Well, I think that'd probably be a one-sided affair, but I wouldn't.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's.
I want to see Loomer fistfight a candle. That's what I want to see. I want to see how that would go. I think I face them.
Yeah. Also, yeah, send that to me if you got it, and then.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm checking on a different story. We'll get to this later, but
yes.
That House candidate, Democratic House candidate in Virginia that got caught with the hot wives thing or whatever. That's a national story now. I didn't realize this until just now. She's running in Henrico County, which is, for those who don't know, basically the district north of mine, where I used to live in Richmond. And so I lived in the Southside district, but Henrico County is right there. Like Richmond's its own what they call a free city or whatever in Virginia, so it's not actually part of a county, but Henrico County is the county right there, like around it, basically right next to it. And so I just now realized that that's who that is, or that's the district that is. So we will do that at a certain point, but we'll see if Persip's gonna jump in. He's gonna jump in 5. Okay, I'll go ahead and pull this up. Boneface, let me.
Right on.
Oh yeah, this is the email you showed. Yeah.
Yes.
And the whole thing about it for me was it wasn't even the LARPing as court officials. There was really not much structure to that at all. And
no, no, it really wasn't.
We had the quote unquote trial on here too, but I mean it was me. I was the MC and we took calls and but that was kind of just a title. They were supposed to be like, it was clearly not an actual trial, but they were like, claiming it was some type of blood tribe proceeding or whatever. And I just thought it was bullshit. I don't think so. ... I doubt he has any Sonic the Hedgehog original content. Okay, now you mean since he said DeviantArt? Yeah, maybe. Let me pull this up. Now this is the email from your superior there, I guess, in Ukraine. What does that say? You said yeah, no, go ahead. Who is it then? Tell us what it says.
Yeah. This is the Aztec Center. This is a center in Kyiv that essentially holds all the documents for Azov. And one, they don't ever really like giving out records to foreigners who participate in the regiment or the battalion or the brigade or whatever the fuck it is now. But what they will do is usually deny the presence of foreigners within the ranks of the brigade. So this email was kind of a surprise, but they essentially told me that I need to get my life together and please don't ever come back to Ukraine.
Yeah, well, that sounds like something they might write me if I'd been over in Ukraine.
We like to wholeheartedly please defer you to go the fuck on with your life and quit bringing us into your drama.
Yeah, I could imagine. I could imagine say that. Now.
Oh yeah, I guess I probably should have translated that and put it up on there.
Yeah, what does it say?
Have fun reading Cyrillic.
Yeah, you told us now. Yeah, I was looking at it and I was like, I can't. It's like German to me, quote unquote. It's like Ukrainian. So there goes a super chat. Let me see what that says.
Wang Lin sent $3. Ralph, what makes you think
that.
this time will be different?
I appreciate that.
You do the exact same thing every couple of months. Go on a sick bender, destroy another part of your life.
I'm gonna have to dip out. It's getting rather late here, and I've got to be up super early.
That's cool.
But, thank you for having me on. Before I do go, I'd just like to shout out the Cube and Chinatown and my good friend Basil. But thanks for having me on.
You're welcome, sir.
We'll do it again soon.
I appreciate that. Man. All right, talk to you later, brother. Grossly offensive here on the Killstream.
You too, bro.
Yeah, great guy. Huge favorite of mine. So we're gonna have Perspicacity on here in a minute. Maybe he'll have a couple questions to finish up your spot here. What are you focused on for the immediate future?
Just chilling, bro. Just one breath at a time, one leg at a time, and one fucking spinning back fist at a time. See what I can do.
Well, all right, we'll wait for a second till Perspic gets here. I'm trying to think of another question. Somebody in chat give me a question. If we get it in there. Let's see. I'm trying to think of one. Or Chief of Staff can give me a question. I think I asked most of the ones I was going to ask. That's why I'll see if Perspicacity's got a question. But how about this? What all good have you gotten out of all this? Hopefully you've enjoyed your appearances here. But what about any other silver linings? You hear me?
You talking to me?
I mean, like what good things have there been any good things that's come out of this for you?
Fuck no.
Well, I like the honesty.
Absolutely not.
I guess I'm in a mode where I'm trying to look for a couple silver linings at least after some bad things happen to me. But yeah, I guess I could understand that too. I like the honesty at least. Let's see. Oh, I see. Here's Tom Pepper in chat. What does Boneface think of Zelensky acknowledging the offensive began too late / likely did not succeed?
Well, as soon as I heard somebody say something that no weather will stop the Ukrainian offensive, immediately realized that man doesn't understand weather or offensives. Yeah, they're heading into kind of a weird fucking spot with the weather, man. And like, especially out there out east in the Donbass, where everything essentially just becomes a giant frozen fucking swamp. So it's really not surprising that the offensive already started to lose steam. It's kind of quite tragic, really, and the fact that Zelensky's already admitting this on, fucking in the open is pretty sad for the outcome of it. Haven't kept tally this go around of how many settlements were liberated or not, or how many fell back into Russian hands, but it doesn't really seem like this counteroffensive would have been the one to really solve the war either, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And they had talked about Stalin before.
This has been going back and forth in the same repetitive motions for the better part of the war now.
Yeah, and I don't know. As far as like actually resolving this in any way, it doesn't really. It doesn't look that great. I mean, eventually, I guess it'll have to end, but I don't know. I've thought that before, and we'll see. It's really been just an absolute meat grinder over there.
Yeah, for both sides, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it really has. Let's see. Papert with another question. Are Western soldiers from America and Europe equipped to fight in Ukraine and Russia, either because of the environment or due to the soldiers' level of expertise? Thank you, Edward Pale, by the way. Did you hear me there, Boneface? I think he might have lost signal for a second, so we'll see. Thank you for the one spot. Edward Pale in chat says, can't abort. Cheers, sir. Well, you can't do it yet. Let's just put it that way. Thank you. That is the Killstream slogan. And Chief of Staff thought about that for the book title, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. It's not a real word, though. I mean, it is our slogan here, but it's not actually a word, so I don't know about that. Also, how did it go? I was just misreading it, I guess. I thought it went back, and it was like, no, okay, I just misread it. Anyway, go. Did you hear what I said there, Boneface?
No, I didn't.
How are the Western soldiers when it comes to being equipped to fight in Ukraine when they first get there? Like, what was it like for you? It's a much different kind of atmosphere over there compared to the United States.
Yeah, 1,000%, man. Before I went out to Ukraine, bro, I went up to upstate New York. I went to Philadelphia and hung out there for a little bit just to try to get used to like the colder weather, especially as a fucking Floridian.
Yeah.
I think that's something that ultimately has an effect on people, and not understanding the difference between like NATO and non-NATO ammunition, so on and so forth. And a lot of the desert guys, a lot of veterans who fought in like the Middle East, think that it's going to be like they're going to be more like mentally equipped for it. And I think that's a great downfall that they have. You got to always expect the unexpected, I guess, when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah, I could imagine that being a real culture shock. And you mentioned the cold, but it's just a different type of place too. I mean, I will say I'm in Mexico. It's a different type of place too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, mostly in good
ways.
I've
been out there that way.
Yeah.
I lived out in Albuquerque for a little bit, so I mean, I know fucking it's not much different from New Mexico. New Mexico's climate's not that much different from regular Mexico's climate. So.
Yeah, actually, I'm in a part of Mexico that's. Of course, there's all different climates. People don't understand. There are a few different ones. Most of it's hot, but there's a couple like mountainous places and a couple other places. But I'm in the Yucatan Peninsula, and it's super fucking hot and humid here because it's like out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. So it's the part of Mexico that bends up like that. So yeah, it's super fucking hot here. It's kind of like Florida's weather, honestly. It'll just rain out of nowhere, and shit like that. So, Perspicacity, do you have a couple of questions? Oh wait, hold on. Before I do, Papert, and welcome to the show, Perspicacity. Papert says,
"Hey,
yeah, good to hear you, man." Papert says, "Here's a good one. How much U.S. and NATO involvement did Boneface encounter? Does it seem like the stuff we're sending is making it to the battlefield?"
Well, I mean, here's the thing. When I was over there, this is the very beginning before any of that got shipped over.
Frank sent $3. Is there the possibility of a Boneface book in the future?
I'll ask him that right after this. Go ahead, finish your thought there, Boneface. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see anything get supplied over there because, like, by the time this is all reached the Ukrainians, it was already too late for Mariupol. I was on there at the very beginning of all this. So that was before we got any of the Switchblade drones or anything like that. I think the first package of foreign equipment they got were the Bayraktars. And yet still that was a little too late for the Ukrainians in Mariupol.
Now, let me ask you this question, which came in. Basically asked, what are your thoughts on maybe writing a book about some of this, or having somebody help you and ghostwrite a book for all this?
I mean, dude, I'm going to essentially, like, now that the doubt thing has even been put out there, I'm always going to have to deal with the naysayers on a level more than what I've always imagined to have to. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I imagine a book will have to be mandatory, bro, at some point in time.
I think a lot of people like to read it, yeah.
Yeah, at least for that.
Yeah, just for that. Perspicacity's here.
What's gonna be in the book? Out of curiosity, this is Perspicacity. Like
one more time?
I said, what's gonna be in this book? Like, what's gonna be? What's the? Are you gonna go into your life? Is it gonna be autobiographical? Is it just gonna cover this Ukraine stuff? Is it gonna cover? You know?
Yeah, I mean that would have to be the first thing to really be sat down and thought about with this. Like, would this book be more of a series? I mean, would it, like, just trying to cover my life in general, just with the whole skinhead thing, and then just my life involved in that, and then just what happened in Ukraine the first time and second time. So I mean, like,
yeah. Out of curiosity, how'd you get into the skinhead game? Like, how do you get into that world? Was it just natural? Punk rock.
Punk rock, going out to punk rock, punk rock, going out to like punk rock gigs and shit like that, man. That's where all the skinheads were. I started off as a traditional skinhead. I didn't have any view of politics. I was like 12, so fucking I was going through some things at the time being when I was a fucking kid, so I was already fucking bald. So essentially, long story short, bro, fucking, it's like the punk rockers were dying of heroin overdoses under a fucking bridge somewhere, and skinheads were kind of like fucking proud to be who you are, working class, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, I hang out with those dudes. And, next thing you know, I'm a fucking skinhead.
Wow. So you got into it when you were like 12?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I grew out of it for a little bit when I first moved back down to Florida from Boston. I, got into like a whole skater scene and shit like that. But it wasn't very long until after that I shaved my head and went back into it, dude. Fucking, and when I did that, I definitely dived pretty hard into the white power politics.
That's interesting. So you identified with like this working class thing.
Definitely.
Class thing. I wouldn't expect that. There's nothing more. It's a culture that's real foreign to me. So I'm interested in like how you would get into that.
You're not a skinhead? Hold on, get off of this show. You told me different. You know what? That's it. I've had enough this week. You know what? My fucking co-host lying to me. Jesus Christ. But yeah, if you ask him any more questions, if you got him, Perspicacity. I hate to put you on the spot like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give him another question. Why don't you?
Well, he was going. I kind of want to know, like, okay, so you fell out of it. What, in your like late teens, because you were working, you're probably too busy trying to keep a roof over your head, right? I mean, I think most people drop everything in their early 20s just trying to learn how to support themselves.
No, I grew out of it like in my teens there for a little bit and jumped back into it in my teens. My early 20s, I was actually pretty like die hard with it. I was already arrested by the FBI when I was 22.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was for the whole paramilitary training gig. Yeah, so I mean, like, there's that. I didn't really ever think that the world judged me any different for being a skinhead. You know what I mean? Because I was always a skinhead. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell people, but I probably don't know what fast food tastes like without spit. Okay? Like, fucking for real, bro. Like, so, like, you're not used to not dealing with the outside tension on things, bro. So, like, it didn't really hit me till like later in life that people do view me different, for being who I am than what they do with the normal person, and yeah, like you walk into a room and the whole room gets quiet and everyone's just looking at the ground. It's because they're scared of you and they're just talking shit. I now know this, things I didn't realize when I was like in my early 20s.
Really? So you never even realized it until you were in your early 20s? Is that because like you were insular, or you just didn't give a fuck?
I probably just didn't give a fuck, bro. I mean, all reality. So yeah, there's that.
Now let me play this for you, and I'll have to do a little trickeration here because I don't think you're in a position where you can play videos. So we probably can't sync up, but what I can do is take off my headset and put it into the mic, which is really a certain type of rig.
Buddy,
and I won't say it, but here's Nick Fuentes talking about Boneface, and I haven't seen it yet, but I'll let me mute it here, and then can I even do that? I don't know if I can even play that. I sent you the link. You might have to play it on your phone, actually. Can you do that while you're here, or do you have to step out real quick and listen to it? Okay, I already sent him the link. All right, we'll play it.
Bob, buddy. Love you too, man.
Maxia Bro sent $65. People will seriously say Nick is an unoptical fed, then promote a literal ignorant CIA asset with face tattoos. I'm glad that freak is getting loomered.
Yeah, did you see that? Gotta love it, right? And it's the same people, too. It's literally the same people. The same people are like, oh, Nick is a fed to make us look bad. And then they go and retweet this guy who's got no teeth. It's crazy. But, you know, they're all full of shit anyway. We know that. They've outed themselves. It's been a couple of years since all that stuff started to get spun
up. You might
have
to listen on your phone.
After all this time, I think people have realized.
Yeah, I'll go play the link.
Okay, play the link, and then I
just got sent.
Yeah, check that out, and we'll get Boneface's thoughts on that. Yeah, just go ahead and listen to it, and we'll hang loose while you're listening. I thought I could play it through somehow, but I wasn't able to. Well, I bring Boneface on because I like him, and he's a good guest. It has nothing to do with like optics of the white movement or some shit like that. It's a talk show, nigga. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know,
right.
You know, that's not my thing, right? Like, I'm a talk show host, and you know.
Right, yeah, you got to get everybody from all different kinds of life that walk through there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's just how that goes. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, when I was talking about Fuentes' rhetoric, well, I was on his website, and he's talking about holy, which he already said he shouldn't have said in some other timestamp I have earlier, where he's talking about holy wars on Jews and all this stuff. I mean, frankly, more extreme than the shit you were saying. And I was like, you know, it's different when you're on the guy's website versus a guy coming on your show. You know, you're a guest on the show. But thoughts on Fuentes saying you're unoptical, and then he was glad you were getting loomered.
Nick is an unoptical fed and promotes a little wingnet CIA asset with face tattoos. I'm glad that freak is getting loomered.
Yeah, that's what he said. I think he's still mad about you calling out his slave Tenryo. I think that's what the I think that might be where the tension is there. That's kind of like his
you think he's threatened?
Yeah, I
think
so.
He's scared.
I think he's scared. That's
okay, well, here's the thing. All right, that just shows that you fucking cowards have fucking seen my goddamn call-outs. You fucking faggots have seen what the fuck I had to goddamn say, and y'all motherfucking faggots want to get silent after y'all initiated the call to begin with. Like, if that's the case, then that's what that means. Y'all fucking want to talk shit, but y'all motherfuckers definitely just came forward and fucking admitted to seeing that I had fucking responded to y'all's call-outs.
That's right. I don't think you'll be getting any. It'll look worse than when that Groiper showed up to get beat up by the UFC guy. I think it'll look a lot worse.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu game was serious on that one. I saw that.
You saw that?
That was pretty bad.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I saw that, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad for sure. I think that's about it.
Props is showing up, but holy fuck, dude. Yeah, I mean, there's people you run your mouth through, there's people you don't run your mouth through, bro. Okay? Like, the guy sits in a human-sized kennel and fights for a fucking living. Yeah, you know what, bro? I'm going to get a hard pass and talk to shit. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'd buck up and fucking be there if push comes to shove. Right. But to go out and willingly just be like, break my arms. No, I'm good. You know? Like, the guy's already proven his fucking point. He fucking fights for a fucking living. That's what he fucking does. Okay? He doesn't need to be tested. He is the test. He's like...
Right.
So,
well, he's a pro fighter.
Yeah. As far as like fucking... So that's my thing, bro. It's just... Fuck that, bro. Fuck that. Yeah, that ginger guy got beat up real bad for that one too, man.
Yeah, he did. Now, I did give him props myself. Like you said, I mean, props for showing up, but, you know, you showed up to an ass whooping.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other guy got his nose broken.
Wasn't cool how dude. Yeah, it was not cool how the motherfucker wouldn't let go of locks and shit like that
Yeah.
after dude tapped out, bro. You know what I mean? That's a real fucking dick.
That was
Like
a
I
little
get
bit.
you're fucking trying to get your point in, bro. Yeah, that was fucked up, bro. Because this dude came your way. This dude came to your gym. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
dude honorably came to fucking fight you, and you dishonorably hold him like that, bro. That's fucked.
that was a little too much. I'll give you that for sure. And I laughed a little bit, but have a little honor there. Yeah, I could agree with that for sure. It's like, I mean, you beat him quite easily, and yeah, like you said, I know
A
you're
little
trying to prove a
mercy.
point, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's like,
A
come
little
on, this
mercy.
guy never had a chance anyway. But yeah, man, I think that's about it. I don't want to keep up all your day here, all your time like we usually do. But what do you want to tell the people here at the end of your appearance?
Well, Boneface will rise again because I've won and never fell to begin with. I'm not going to let a bunch of LARPing court officials try to tell me I'm a LARPer. It's not how this is going to go, and this is going to work. I believe my trial thing is being postponed another day. I'll have to fucking double check with those guys over there. Next, after that, is everyone stay tuned. There's always more for Boneface.
Always more. Oh, and that question asked about a Facebook, not about an actual book, but I like the book question more. But I don't think you would last long on Facebook. But do you have any thoughts about a Facebook?
I'm not. Yeah, I made a Facebook yesterday. It lasted for a whole 5 hours.
Yeah, I didn't think that would probably go over in Zuckerberg land. But you're going over here on the Killstream. Thank you for joining us, Kent McLellan, aka Boneface. I appreciate your time, sir.
All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, real quick. This person, I think I know who this is. Go ahead, unmute yourself if you want to ask a question. See, I was just about to let Boneface go, but...
I know. You should have done that.
Well, go ahead. Ask your question.
Up, Kent?
What's up? Go ahead.
What's going on, Kent?
Hey.
Oh, you know this person?
Just a little bit.
Oh, who's that?
All right. Well, quit being cryptic. What are you calling in about?
Oh, I know what his game plan is with all this. If he's going to still be the notorious Boneface.
Well, well, Boneface already said what he's going to. I always said what I'm going to do, and that's just take one day at a time with all this. And those who try to expel me for no reason other than fucking improve their own means and their own gains, I will expose, and fucking there'll be consequences. And anybody who wants to get this shit can get it any fucking goddamn given point in time. Boneface is never going to back down from any kind of fucking challenge. And those who want to discredit me can also get me in the same goddamn senses. I do guys say that. So also to Nick fucking Fuentes, let's watch that goddamn fucking clip, you little fucking faggot. Look, dude, I do have fucking teeth that are fucked up.
Yeah, he does. All right, Valkyrie. I appreciate you calling in. I just happened to see your hand there at the end, but I'm not sure how he could quit being Boneface though, because he's got the tattoos on his face.
Yeah, for real. What the fuck? I mean, from here it's just blackface. If I get more tattoos, holy shit.
Can you explain? Because there's a bunch of pictures out of the progression of the tattoos. What made you decide to tattoo your whole face with the skull like that?
Well, dude, it's like over time, like the ink saturates in your face, and like this part will get blown out. It just look kind of crazy, so I have to get it like hit, refixed, fucking turned it from back to black from green from being in the sun, and then it's just like, next thing you know, your whole half of your fucking face is done. It went from like a Mike Tyson skull piece to like this whole fucking half of a thing, and then a quarter of my other fucking side of my face ended up getting tattooed. So when I went to fucking prison, I was just like, fuck it, dude. Let's just do the whole goddamn total comp and run it. And here we are.
Oh, okay. So there was no overarching plan. It was like a progression type thing.
Right. It was definitely just a progression, right?
Okay.
I started off with just the bolts and just the webs.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. There was just the webs in the one mugshot. There's just the webs.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty.
And yeah, and I'm glad you answered that because I didn't actually know it had changed colors and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, black ink out over time in the sun, man, turns green. Especially if you have like really shitty ink. So.
Yeah, it seems like I've heard that before too, but I just never thought about it in this case. But
yeah.
Thank you, sir. Sorry we got a little bit added on there at the end, but I appreciate you taking your time, man. I really do.
Thank you, bro.
Very cool. Boneface, Kent McLellan here on the Killstream.
Thank you for watching this clip. This is the CACA. Remember to like and subscribe.